like, well, now I got an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old and a 3-month-old. For what? Why? And I'm a single mom. Why?
It's about choice.
And it's about 3 different daddies. Why?
That was about choice.
Exactly.
You could have told him to wrap up.
Exactly.
You could have got on birth control.
You could have gone on birth control.
You could have did the other thing that I ain't gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, everybody has their own choices.
Mm-hmm.
It's your girl T, and welcome back to Uniquely You TV. So I got my girl Taki with me.
Hey.
Y'all remember Taki from the challenge? Remember the baby food challenge? Yes, she is back in high demand, and today we are going to be talking about being a single mother, dating edition. All right.
Yes.
So we're going to jump right into this. As always, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also, if you have anything you want to talk to me about, please go to my Gmail or DM me on my IG at uniquely_UTV. Cool. Let's get into it. All right, Taki.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
Hey, boo.
So, dating as a single mother.
Yes.
Get into it.
I fucking love it.
Wow. Okay. Let's go into details.
I know. There's like, okay, so a lot of people, they're like, oh my gosh, it's so stressful being a single mom, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. First of all, I would like to thank, with everything that I have inside of my whole entire soul, so that I'm dramatic as hell. Anyway, I would like to thank the fact that I waited to have a child with someone that was actually worthy of having a child with.
Okay.
That's like the main thing. That's what the main like struggle is when people say, oh, I'm a single mom and I'm dating. Yeah, because you're taking care of your child 24/7, and maybe you get a weekend break when your baby daddy has them maybe one day on a Saturday.
Gotcha.
Once out of the month.
Yeah.
But no, like I have him every other week, and we just do 50-50 rotation like that.
Got it.
So the week that I don't have him, I drop him off on that Sunday at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like, who's next on my Tinder?
She got a Rolodex. Okay. Wow. Okay. Hey.
Right.
The rawness. Anyway, sorry, if y'all didn't hear that, my cameraman said, you know you old when you say Rolodex. I am old. Let's just go and get that out there.
She's not even that old.
But anyway, all right. So definitely want to make sure you have the correct partner.
Yes.
Communication. How does that work? Being single mother with your baby father.
So communication is big. Like, of course, depending on your relationship with that person. Mm-hmm. You know, like with me and my child's father, you know, there's friendship there.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to hurt that person as well. So I'm not going to be like, yeah, so I was dating this person, blah, 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 blah. There's communication where it comes to just the basics. Like, there doesn't need to be like full stories of your dating life, none of that stuff, because that just creates drama in the long run.
Right.
So if you're just like, okay, yes, you need to tell someone when you're starting to date, that person needs to know so that they know, you know, mentally that their child's going to be exposed to someone in due time.
Okay.
Basically. So when I started dating, I told him. He asked me, and I was just like, yeah, I'm dating.
Yeah.
I'm dating. I'm going to start dating, and I'm not going to try to be in a relationship. Of course, that happened twice.
Yeah.
And both times, I waited to say something until I actually knew for sure that I was going to be in a relationship.
Right.
And then when I was in one, then I went ahead and told that person, like my child's father, that I was going to be that I was in a relationship.
Right.
You know, we talked about things, but relationship or not, for me, no one will be in contact with my child or be around my child until there is strong talks of moving in together or marriage.
That was gonna be my next question, because I know having a child, especially your son is 4.
He just turned 4 yesterday.
Yeah. Happy birthday! Hey. So having a young child, you definitely want to protect them.
Yes.
It doesn't matter who they are. It doesn't matter how good you and this person communicate. Vibe. You never know.
You don't know
their past. You don't know their past. So, you know, just because they're cool, you never know when she go to sleep what he gonna be doing.
Exactly.
Lurking around the house or whatever.
Exactly.
So I'm not gonna go into too many details. If y'all know, y'all know. Cool. So when you're on these dates with these gentlemen, do you explain to them like the rules? Like, okay, I have a child, so we're not gonna be doing this, and this. You don't expect to see my kid.
On date 1.
Okay.
Yep. On the first date, not even date. On the first communication.
Okay.
Like, we're just now talking, you got my number, we're texting, and then it's just like, I make it clear, like, even on my Tinder, it says, I'm the mother. No, it's something like, I have a 4-year-old son, deal with it.
Oh.
That's it.
Oh.
That's it. Because first and foremost, my child is first.
Exactly.
So if my child feels uncomfortable around you, you're not going to be around.
Yeah.
That's just plain and simple.
Especially
I don't care if you're 6'3", you got muscles like crazy, you got a schlong. Like, I don't care. You're just not gonna be around us.
Well, I feel like you just described her dream guy.
I
did. Okay. So with that being said, once you feel comfortable, have you had the opportunity to have a different male around your child? And if so, how did that relationship, was it a relationship at all, or you just cut that out right quick?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No man that I have dated, because I have been in 2 relationships.
Yeah.
Even though, like, those 2 relationships, they never seen him. But even the guys that I've just been strictly dating, with no relationships, they've never been around my son.
Okay.
Like, I am not going to be that woman that just consistently brings men around their child.
Yeah.
Like, if I want to go ahead and sleep around with you, you're not going to do it when my son's there.
Okay.
You're just not. I don't care if my son's asleep.
Yeah.
And he just like, oh, sneak out at 3. No, what are we doing?
Exactly.
That sounds like you're a teenager and you're trying to hide from your parents.
Yes.
No, we're grown. We need to stick with standards and, boundaries. Like, hey, if you want to come over, that's fine, but you're not coming over when my son's here. And most of the time when I have my son, I don't see anybody. Like, if somebody's like, oh, okay, when's the next time you're available? I would love to get drinks. I'll be like, next week.
Okay.
Next week.
I mean, that's understandable.
Like, I have my son this week, so I can talk to you, but I'm not going to be like dating or, hey, can I get a babysitter for this date? No, it's going to be my next week.
Right.
Because when I have my son, it's very important for you to be there for your child.
Right.
And not focus so much on relationships, because I know that if you're in a relationship and you have a child with that person, things get comfortable, you can do things whenever. So you do get lonely.
Yeah, you do.
But if you're lonely, go watch a movie. Go do something.
She said, "Go watch a movie."
A grown-up movie.
So cameraman, throw some here. So I definitely understand that. I definitely respect that. Because kids do see everything.
They do.
And they hear everything.
They do.
And if they see, oh, mom's bringing people in all the time, that's gonna get in their head, oh, well.
But that's normal.
And it's not.
No.
And then when they grow up, they're gonna start having issues in their relationships. Like, well, my mom was doing it, so I'm gonna do it. So I'm glad you broke that down for people, because I know there's probably some young single women out there that's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I don't have any kids, but life, you're always gonna learn something, and you're always gonna have to figure it out. There is no book to parenting.
There's not.
Not one book.
There's really not.
It's barely a book on living. You kind of got to figure this joint out yourself and keep yourself alive.
Yes.
Like, hey.
Yes.
So having a little one, I know that right there can either be challenging or it can be a blessing. So with you, when you had your son, do you feel like that slowed you down? Do you think it made you more mature? How do you feel like it helped you in your growth?
I feel like it did slow me down, but only in the sense that I needed to try to figure out what my next priorities should be.
Got you.
Because at that time, I was still with my child's father, and like even after birth and everything. So it just made things a lot more difficult. But then even like going through school and everything, it's just like it slows you down at first, but depending on your actual mindset and who you are as a person, you would the ambition just comes to you to want to do more for your child. So as he gets older and as he gets like, you see the growth that you have for your child, and you realize, okay, they're not getting any younger, and neither am I.
Right.
So what am I gonna do to make them more successful and push them forward for when they get older? So if you don't have that mindset and you're stuck in that sheeple, I'm just gonna be a worker bee type of thing and not really do more for yourself or do more for your child, that's selfish. I feel like if you wanna just be that way and just work and just live just to have a decent, comfortable little life, don't have children.
Yeah.
Because then you're putting them at a disadvantage. As soon as you start having children, your life is no longer yours, really.
Exactly.
You have to make sure that your child that you gave birth to, or you helped give birth to, that's this child, you have to make sure that they can grow farther than you've ever can go.
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of people will get stuck, because they're just like, well, now I got an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old and a 3-month-old. For what? Why? And I'm a single mom. Why?
It's about choice.
And it's about 3 different daddies. Why?
That was about choice.
Exactly.
You could have told him to wrap up.
Exactly.
You could have got on birth control.
You could have gone on birth control.
You could have did the other thing that I ain't gonna say. At the end of the day, everybody has their own choices. If you feel like you don't want to put a condom on because it feels better without the condom, then you have to take that initiative that this could possibly happen.
Yeah.
And if he decides, oh, well, I'm trying to pop babies up in here because I don't want her to have nobody else, then you need to understand what type of man you about to get into. Because that sounds like a controlling man. And women that poke holes in condoms, y'all are not excluded either.
Nope.
Just because y'all don't want to be with nobody else. I'm looking at y'all. Does not mean you have to try to be a burden in his life.
Exactly.
You have to learn to love yourself. And you have to understand that everybody that you date or you have this sexual relationship with, it's not a guarantee you're gonna be with this person forever.
Right.
So what you have to do is when you go into those type of relationships and you know there are consequences, I'm gonna say consequences because a lot of them are not mature enough to know for sure if they really want to be a parent.
It's true.
You need to think about before you lay down what you're gonna do.
Exactly. And then on top of that, before you even lay down with that person, because you're laying down with them, and people like to be like, okay, well, that's my bae, that's my boyfriend or whatever. Okay, why are you getting in a relationship with them if you don't even think that they would be even be a good parent, a good role model for your son / daughter?
I ain't got nothing to say to that. And if you can't even be financially responsible, you definitely don't need to bring no child to this world.
You don't need to bring no child into this world. If you crazy.
She took a break. She had to think.
just batshit crazy. Don't have a child.
Because all you're gonna do is make that child go through a lot of BS.
Exactly. And then you could potentially raise another crazy. We don't need 2 crazies. No. Most of the time, it's like 8 crazies. We don't need them.
Exactly.
We don't need them.
Exactly.
Don't bring no spawns into this world.
When kids are born, those are priorities. That is your number one priority. You gotta keep that little sucker alive.
Yep.
Okay, that's your priority. So with that being said, I don't have any more questions. I'm glad you broke it down though, because it helps, women that are still trying to figure it out know that they're not alone. That was the whole purpose of me doing this segment, because I wanted y'all to understand that you can be beautiful. She's gorgeous, but she goes through things too. So, you have anything you want to add? Anything?
Wrap it up.
Well, with that being said, I wish it was sponsored. I just put like a little condom right here. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I will leave her IG down below in my bio. And if you have any questions, please DM us. And also remember, my Gmail is open to y'all. If y'all want to give me any stories, feedback, or whatnot. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.